Welcome back to another episode of 5forFive. I am Shirokobrod.
I'm Ryan Smith.
And this is where we spend 5 minutes throwing out some ideas for the rest of your 5 days of the week. Welcome to episode
7.
Episode 7. If you're counting, that's 35 minutes worth of information that we've given you so far.
Good math.
Thank you. And all right, I want to talk about how we look at exercise, and often it's in the past tense, and even more so, oftentimes or too often, it's vilified. So we look at exercise for what was instead of what it will be. An example, you went out over the weekend, you drank a little bit too much, you ate whatever it is, and you come in and you go, I need to burn off those calories. It becomes a past tense thing versus you saying, I am exercising for, this is why I'm doing, this is why I'm training, and making it a proactive, goal-oriented, positive experience for you. Too often we hear, I need to exercise because of something that's already happened. And sure, there's positivity in that as well, right? I'm exercising because I don't feel well, or because I might be depressed or have anxiety. They're the clinical reasons for the past, absolutely. But you can still reframe that for, I am here so that, and it becomes a future endeavor. You set yourself up for success that way, because if you're always trying to fix the past, there's nothing to strive for. And we've seen a lot of recent research coming out that's been mainstream that purpose, like what is your purpose? If you have a purpose for life, you ultimately will be healthier and you will ultimately live a longer life. So exercise can be such a purpose-driven experience for you if you set it as a future goal, for something that you want to strive for instead of something that happened before and that you're punishing yourself with exercise to make up for that error. Forget the past. The past happened. If you had too many calories, if you had drinks, whatever, that it happened. Move on. Get yourself back on that path towards the future success.
Wow, you really flew through that one.
Felt good.
This might be the most closely related our ideas are, but within the context of that, maybe the path that Gene is talking about is what I want to address a little bit of. How do you curate that path? Or how do you test yourself along that path in terms of exercise? Easiest example is what our community did last week, and the communities all around the world did, which is MRF, the workout, which is to commemorate a fallen soldier from Afghanistan. It's a mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats followed by a mile run. It's a grueling workout, and one that is constantly used in lots of gyms that people like to test themselves on, right? And I think you might have an example in your own life of where you like, I'm gonna run a marathon, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do a Tough Mudder, I'm gonna play this kickball league, softball league, etc. And you do that just to test yourself. There is no lead up to it, there's no prep work, there's nothing that says, well, I used to be able to do this, kind of what Gene's talking about, so of course I'll be able to do it, or I wanna make sure I still can do it. We forget all the work and training that needs to go in to do things that test our bodies especially. Because we've worked with enough people as physical therapists who said, well, you know, I did a marathon and XYZ hurt and it's never been the same. And a lot of those people we asked, well, how did you prep for it? Like, well, I ran like 2 miles once before my marathon a couple times. Right? It's easy to fall into no training or no prep work. If you want to test yourself, if you want to have a goal or find a path towards something, you have to be willing to put in the work that leads up to it. Otherwise, you're going to say, I either can or cannot do that thing, and it's a fault of who you are rather than of adequate training, right? It puts a external locus of control instead of an internal locus of control, right? I'm so proud of our community for doing MRF prep and the work and training that led up to that to be able to do MRF without any severe repercussions. And I can give you 1,000 examples of probably other individuals who didn't do that same thing. Yeah. Some will come out just fine, some will come out with something that might come see us. But knowing that you need to put in the work beforehand to test yourself, to prove to yourself whatever you need to, you have to prove yourself that you can actually do the work ahead of time first.
Nice. Yeah. Purpose is about the journey and the path ahead of you that is still yet to come, not about what's already happened. Mm-hmm. It's easy to reflect on the past and try to fix those things, but it doesn't really help you for the future. Even past success doesn't guarantee future success. That's been clearly illustrated many times. So those are our thoughts. Got a little deep today. We do not sync up with our ideas beforehand. We don't talk about these. We kind of come into it blind for this reason, because we want it to be more authentic. So there you go. Very much in line. Let us know what you think. Does that make sense? Does that challenge your bias and your mindset about exercise and being purposeful with training? Or do you just jump into things, react, and adjust to the situation? So let us know. Check out rechargexfit.com, or if you want to connect with us directly for faster communication, check us out on social media, on Facebook, RechargeXFit, and on Instagram, RechargeXFit. Catch you again next week.